Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today what I have for you is episode 10 of my Football Manager 23 save with Bradford City. If you do want to enjoy today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 20 likes on today's episode, that'd be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you are new as well. We are now on the road to 600 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell on. It's free to do so and it does massively help out. Today what I have for you is 2 more matches. We've made some progress since the last episode. We've been on probably inconsistent form. You can probably guess with that inconsistent form whereabouts we are in the table at this moment in time, but at the start of the season, we certainly would have taken it. So make sure you drop a like on today's video. Subscribe if you are new as well, and let's get into it. Since you were last with us then, we have played 6 games in League 1 and also a game in the Papa John's Trophy. In them games in Sky Bet League 1, we've won 3, drawn 1 and lost 2, so some pretty inconsistent form. Them games in a bit more detail then were a 2-1 win away at Exeter City, a 1-1 draw at home to Grimsby Town, a 4-0 win at home to Mansfield in at the Papa John's Trophy, a 4-1 defeat away to Wigan Athletic. They were absolutely incredible. Stephen Humphrey is an absolutely unbelievable player at this level. We then bounced back though with a nice little 2-1 home win against Accrington Stanley. Naki Wells scoring a 92nd minute winner in that game before a really disappointing 1-0 defeat at home to Oxford. We bounced back though, changed formation to a 3-5-2 and we beat Portsmouth 5-0 away from home. That is certainly the formation we're going to be sticking with in today's episode. After that though, we obviously are now into today's episode. The first 2 games in November are Charlton away. They're currently sat first in the table, and then we'll also be ending today's episode with a nice little home game against Port Vale, who currently sat 17th in the table. After that, we'll try and make quite a lot of progress. I want to come back for maybe sometime around here, maybe Bristol City and Accrington, sometime around there where some transfer business might have hopefully happened, because I do want to get through this season, because more than likely I think we will end up finishing in mid-table unless we suddenly have a big push up the table. We are only 2 points outside the playoffs at this moment in time, but obviously we can't make any more signings because we've only got about £600 a week left to spend before we go over financial fair play, which is frustrating, but obviously they're the rules and all that sort of stuff, so we might need to get some players out before we can get some more players in. Naki Wells is currently our top goal scorer with 11 goals. This is how we have been lining up then. I was going to say for the last couple of games, but just for the last match alone, we've been playing with this and it's working very well, to be honest with you. Cameron Borthwick-Jackson though is our second highest paid player, and while he's got good overall rating and potential, he's still only a 2.5 star current ability left wing back, and he's on £4.5 a week. I quite like this side of it, but I don't really like this side of it, if you get what I mean. Let's get into this first game though, away to Charlton Athletic. It's going to be a very, very tough one. I certainly would take a point in this game, and let's see how we get on. Here we have it then. Here's how we line up for today's game away to Charlton Athletic. We've got Harry Lewis in goal, a back 3 of Fagan Walcott, Payne and Odesina, Vincent Young and Borthwick-Jackson as the wing-backs, Patterson and Davies in the midfield, Jamie Walker in the number 10, and Naki Wells and Tyler Walker leading the line. On the bench we've got Tally, Duhaney, Folds, Forster Caskey, Caleb Watts, Harry Chapman and Keane Williams. Obviously if Forster Caskey does come onto the pitch at some point, he will be playing against his former club. All the players have reacted very well to the team sheet, as obviously coming off of a 5-0 win, I'll be very daft to then change formation back to a 4-2-3-1. Their team though is looking very good, isn't it? Scott Fraser, Charlie Kirk, Sam Lavelle, Sean Clare, Joe Wallacott, some very, very good players at this level. Their bench is not looking the strongest, to be honest with you. I think that's quite a lot of young players coming in through their academy, but we all know how good Charlton's academy is, so they're certainly not going to be bad options. They are obviously top of the table. Like I say, a point wouldn't be the end of the world, but more than likely I think we will go on to lose this game. If we manage to scrape anything out of it though, I'll be very happy. They're going with a 4-3-3 defensive formation. They're actually playing Mandela Egbo at right wing. I mean, I thought it was more of a full-back, maybe a wing-back at the highest. This is only the second game we've really played a back 3/5 with. I call it a back 3, because I certainly think that when you're playing with wing-backs rather than full-backs, it's a back 3 rather than a back 5. Let's get on the way, though, for today's game and hope we can pick up another 3 points. Naki Wells chasing after a loose ball here, but that's easy for Charlton to deal with. Wells managed to win the ball back, though, and it's now with Vincent Young into the penalty area. Cuts in on left foot, shoots. Good save, though, from Wallacott. It's an early opportunity for us there. Vincent Young can actually play at left wing-back, so if Borthwick-Jackson isn't really performing, we can put Vincent Young at left wing-back and then put Duhaney in at right wing-back, as Tyler Walker's chasing a ball there, but gives up fairly easily. Now Charlton will look to break. Vincent Young, though, with a good tackle. Shoots from distance. He's certainly looking lively in today's game. Testing the keeper early on. That one, though, unfortunately for our sake, goes just over the bar. Davies will now have a go with this free kick. Again, his just goes over the bar as well. I think it's an absolute steal still that we managed to get this man in on a deal until the end of the season on only not even £700 a week. I think it's a brilliant piece of business from us. 35 minutes on the clock then, still 0-0. We've had a couple half chances, but nothing really clear-cut as of right now. As we approach the half-time whistle, Charlton have had more of the ball there. 0-0 at half-time. I'm not too fussed about that. If we can get to 60, 70 minutes, it's still at 0-0, then we might look to have a real go at Charlton. Let's get underway for the second half. Payne with a free kick here, goes into Patterson. Fagan Walcott now picks it up and he goes into Payne as well. The man on loan from Southampton finds Odesina. Davies now. He's looking to pick a pass. It's a short one. Borthwick Jackson just about manages to get there. Ball through into Tyler Walker, who finds the back of the net. It's a 5th goal of the season for Tyler Walker. He came in with high expectations. Hasn't really lived up to them so far. And he does the Andy Cook celebration away at Colchester a couple of years ago. Brilliant build-up play from us. I thought Davies' pass was a little bit short there. Borthwick Jackson does really well. Great ball down the line. Walker gets the run on his man, finishes past Wallacott, and with an hour gone on the clock, it's Charlton Athletic 0, Bradford City 1. Exactly what we were looking for in today's game, and we will now look to make just a couple of substitutions. I don't want to completely freshen things up as of right now, because everyone's playing okay, no one's really playing poorly. Walker's going to come off for Harry Chapman. We're also going to get Forster Kasky on now for Stephen Davies. We're going to get Duhaney on for Vincent Young. We're also going to make one more change for now. I'm going to get, actually, no, for now we're going to leave it, but we do still have 2 more substitutions. I'm looking at Wells, I'm looking at Patterson, thinking they might come off in the next 5 or 10 minutes or so. We'll give it just a couple more minutes before we make that sub. Let's now make that sub because, like I say, we're getting some more tired players. Get Naki Wells off the pitch. He's not really had a sniff, to be honest with you. We'll get Keane Williams on as a striker, play him more as a deep line forward so he drops in a little bit more. And then final change of the game, Caleb Watts is going to come on. Patterson is going to come off. We're now going to play Forster Kasky as a box-to-box midfielder, and Watts is going to come on and play more as a deep line playmaker to defend. I mean, he's a number 7 playing as a defensive playmaker. I'm not really too sure. Just over 10 minutes to go. We are still beating top of the league. Throw in here for us. Borthwick Jackson into Tyler Walker. He's fouled there. Referee Sean Clare already on a yellow card, and he branches a yellow, and then the red is to follow. Charlton Athletic down to 10 men for the final few minutes of today's game as we've got a corner here. Harry Chapman will just take his time with this one. We're certainly not in a rush to get this one into the box as we await this ball coming in from Chapman. It'll be a right-footed in-swinger, certainly taking his time. Here comes the ball, and it's a great ball. Cleared away, though, by Charlton. Fagan Walcott underneath it. Comes to Forster Kasky. Fagan Walcott from distance. I think that one's just gone over the bar in the end. He's absolutely knackered because, well, we can't really afford to bring him off in any games because we don't really have the depth in centre-half at this moment in time. That's a great ball over the top. Who's going to get there first is going to be Harry Lewis. Obviously, Matty Platt will be joining Grimsby Town in January. We certainly need to get 2 more centre-backs in through the door, in my opinion. One of them doesn't necessarily need to be that good. He just needs to be like a 5th choice sort of centre-back. The other one, though, needs to come in and be first choice and replace Odesina, in my opinion. It might have to be a loan. Maybe it's someone who can get in without having to pay their wages, and that is a disgusting tackle. That's a disgusting tackle. Well, both teams are now down to 10 men. Can anyone... Oh, Payne can play right back, can't he? So we're going to have to go into a back 4 here and just try and defend for our lives. We'll go to something like this for the final few minutes of today's game. That is an absolutely shocking tackle from... Was it Duhaney? I'm not really too sure it was. We'll go with this for the remainder of today's game. I think this should be more than good enough to see the game out. We'll also tell them to time waste for the final few minutes. Hopefully that red card doesn't cost us as we approach the final couple of minutes of today's game. We're over the minutes. That is a full-time whistle. Brilliant 3 points away at top of the league. Red cards, but that doesn't really matter. That was really special. Nobody gave us a chance, but you played magnificently. Congratulations. Well done to everybody involved in that game. It now moves us within level points of 6th place Wigan Athletic. We do have a game in hand on some teams as well, like Lincoln, Cambridge, Fleetwood, even Charlton themselves. We're currently 10 points off top of the table. If we can recruit well in January, I don't see a reason why we can't finish in the playoffs this season. We've now got a 2-day break, and then I'll see you all for this game at home to Port Vale, where if we've just beaten the top of the league away from home, why can't we beat Port Vale at home? Let's get into it, as Duhaney is going to be banned. We are going to fine him a week's wages for that, though, because that was absolutely shocking, and we are also going to appeal against the ban. More than likely, that'll just get it extended, but you never know. It was definitely a straight red card. It was almost assault. Some confirmation here that we will have another departure coming up in January. Saudou Diallo hasn't quite hit the heights that we were expecting of him. He's not really played all too much this season. No appearances in the league this campaign. He's going to be going back to Ireland on a free transfer. He's going to be going to St. Pat's Athletic, obviously. We signed him on a pre-contract agreement. He's out of contract with us in the summer. He's not playing. He's not very good. He's like 5th or 6th choice central midfielder. He's going back over to Ireland. He was with Derry City, where he did okay for us. Played 17 times last season. This season, though, no, hasn't got a sniff, and he will be departing the club in January. Gets £2,000 a week off the wage bill, so that's more than fine by me. I think it'll officially go through on Friday the 5th. Here we have it then. Here's how we line up. But for today's match at home to Port Vale, we've got Harry Lewis in goal. A back three of Fagan, Walcott, Payne and Odesina. Fagan Walcott is absolutely knackered, but he's not going to be playing the next 2 games. He's not going to play against Fylde in the FA Cup, and there's no reason why I should play him in the Papa John's Trophy. We'll probably go back to a back four in them games. Probably play Odesina and Matty Potter, or even play Matty Folds as a centre-half. We need Fagan Walcott to be fit for this game, so we're having to play him. Although he's absolutely knackered, his conditioning is, certainly doesn't look ideal. He's tired, and his injury risk is very high. He's just going to have to do it. We're going to have to hope that he doesn't get injured. Say we go 2-0 up, there's an hour on the clock, he's absolutely knackered. That's when we'll probably bring him off. But while he is available, we probably do need to pick him. At wing-backs, we've obviously got Vincent Young and Borthwick Jackson. Jenks and Davies in the midfield. Jamie Walker in the 10, which leaves Naki Wells and Tyler Walker up front. On the bench then, we've got Talley, Platt, Folds, Patterson, Watts, Williams and Kelman. Kelman's recently been away on international duty. I can't quite remember who it was with. I want to say it was something like Cyprus, something like that. He's been away for like 2 or 3 weeks. That's why he's not been involved in the matchday squads. They've got some very good players in their team. Players who can hurt, as Ellis Harrison is a goal scorer at this level. Will Swan as well, obviously playing at Mansfield Town in real life at this moment in time. I think he's on loan from Nottingham Forest. I wonder if he's gone to Port Vale on a permanent basis, or maybe he's gone there on loan. Let's get underway though for today's game. Hopefully we can back up the last match with another 3 points in this one, because 3 points here, I mean, well, as you can see, I think this is actually our game in hand on some teams. So at this moment in time, we're in the playoffs. Cass picks up the ball here and he sends it forward looking for Harrison. Odesina gets underneath that. Walker finds Wells. He goes over the top looking for Tyler Walker. Question marks of handball there. Shoots well wide on this occasion. Tyler Walker in front of goal. Not very good, to be honest with you. Good build-up play from us, but you'd rather Naki Wells be on the end of that rather than Tyler Walker. As Port Vale have got a throw in here, building up on their right-hand side. Massey with the ball into the box, cleared away by Payne, only as far as Smith. Bit of space here. Vincent Young sliding in, wins the ball on this occasion. It's with Smith once more. Conlon now, we cannot let them shoot on the edge of the box. Massey, ball into the box, looking for Swan. What a save from Harry Lewis. That is an absolutely unbelievable save. I personally thought Swan was offside. The linesman's kept his flag down. Unbelievable save from Harry Lewis there. And Conlon will now take this corner. It's deep towards the back post. Fagan Walcott heads up. Walker heads only partially away. Garbutt now finds Massey. He'll shoot from distance. Well over the bar on this occasion. Half an hour gone. It's still 0-0. Throwing here for Port Vale. Massey goes down the line. Borthwick Jackson can't quite get underneath that. It's a bit scrappy right now in today's game. Fagan Walcott picks it up. Finds Teddy Jenks. He goes into Vincent Young. What can he do with it? Back into Fagan Walcott. Jenks now. Just putting ourselves under a little bit of pressure right now. But we're managing to play out their press very nicely. Fagan Walcott looking down the line for Wells. Really poor ball. That a tired ball, some would say. And now Port Vale will be able to build that from the back. Forrester with a nice switch of play looking for Massey. Borthwick Jackson can't quite get there. Massey's on the ball once more. Into Cass. He goes forward looking for Harrison. Underneath that one. Garrity finds Conlon. Great build-up play here from Port Vale. Swan now on the ball. Turns back and finds Garrity. Shoots from distance. Just over the bar on this occasion. 35 minutes on the clock. It's still 0-0. Port Vale certainly have been the better of the two sides so far, in my opinion. Approaching the half-time whistle. We're going to give them some more encouragement. Maybe because they're playing so defensive, our three at the back isn't really working. Davies with a corner in, looking towards the back post. Easy header away for Garrity. Walker gets there ahead of Garbutt. Can he swing one back in? He goes back into Jenks. Fagan Walcott plays the 1-2. Payne now. He goes into Timmy Odesina. A bit of time to find Borthwick Jackson. He goes into Davies. Ball over the top looking for Walker. Doesn't get underneath that. Davies now into the box looking for Naki Wells, who scores his 12th goal of the season. That man in a Bradford City shirt scores goals. 12 goals already for the Bermudan international just before the half-time mark. It's really scrappy, to be honest with you. Davies just with a first-time ball over the top. That gets cut out. So he says, you know what, have another one back in the box. Wells on the end of that. He might only be 5'7", but he scored the header. Gets there ahead of the Port Vale defender. Loops the ball over the Port Vale goalkeeper. Question marks of offside here. Davies plays that ball. No, Wells is clearly onside for me. Number 6 can't get anywhere near him. Poor goalkeeping. That's the half-time whistle. It's Bradford City 1, Port Vale 0. I would say that things are going well, but I know you're capable of better. I can't say I was overly impressed with that first half. Let's go underway for the second. Jenks picks up the ball here in the midfield, looking for Naki Wells. That pass is cut out and it will be with Fagan Walcott once more. He goes into Payne. What can he do with the ball? Few touches and gives it back into Fagan Walcott. Loads of time for us to have on the ball here. Port Vale not really pressing. Vincent Young, great ball to find Jamie Walker, who has his second goal of the season. He hasn't quite found the goal-scoring form that he had last campaign, but Jamie Walker is on the score sheet once again. It's Bradford City 2, Port Vale 0. It looks like we are going to be picking up 2 wins in today's episode. We're on some good form at this moment in time since the change in formation to the 3-5-2. Brilliant ball over the top from Vincent Young and a great finish from Jamie Walker into the back of the net. Let's now make some substitutions. We said at 2-0 in the second half. It means that Fagan Walcott is going to come off, so we'll get Matty Platt on to play as a right-sided centre-half. Actually, we'll be better putting Platt in the middle maybe as the cover. Yeah, we'll put Platt in the middle as the cover. We also want to get Bothwell Jackson off for Matty Folds. We're also going to get Tyler Walker off for Charlie Kelman and Keane Williams on for Naki Wells, and we'll play Kelman once again as a deep line forward on attack. Final change of the game needs to be one in midfield. Stephen Davies is going to come off for Alex Patterson, and Patterson is now going to play just as like a roaming playmaker. Not really going to do all too much, but we'll just let him do some playmaking things. We're also going to change Jamie Walker's role just so he's on support rather than attack. Let's try and see out the remainder of today's game. There's about 20 minutes or so to go. Free kick here for Port Vale. Phil Jagielka has found himself on the pitch. Now you need a goal. You're 2-0 down away from home and you bring on Phil Jagielka, unless he was starting, and I completely missed that, but I don't feel like he was. Jamie Walker on the ball here, sprays it out into Vincent Young. Been very impressed with what I've seen from Vincent Young in today's game. Williams now driving forward, not really got too much end product in him, so let's see what he does with this one. Into the penalty area, cuts it back. That is going to be easily cleared by Port Vale on this occasion. Payne nicely underneath that one, and it's with Vincent Young once more, driving down our right hand side. What a signing he has been. Finds Payne once more. Bit of a questionable touch then. It's now with Teddy Jenks, who's actually currently injured. They want me to bring him off, but I'm never going to do that. Really, really scrappy right now. Not a lot's really happening. Can we get the ball away from the centre of the park where it's all congested? Great ball to find Charlie Kelman, who finds the back of the net. It's a 4th goal of the season for our number 29, the man on loan from Queen's Park Rangers. And with 8 minutes left on the clock, he wraps up all 3 points in today's game. We have been missing an option off the bench just as someone to play as a striker to come on for the last 20 minutes in this formation. We've been playing Williams as a striker, who's not really very good. Kelman is kind of a last resort option, but it's been nice to get him on the pitch for today's game, get him another goal as well in his Bradford City career, and that should now hopefully be all 3 points wrapped up. If we don't win from this position, I'll be really disappointed. I will be hoping though that we are able to keep a clean sheet, so let's hope that we stay switched on as Swan chasing after that ball, but it's well cut out by Payne, and we'll now build on our left hand side with Matty Folds on off the bench. Actually getting a decent amount of first team football this season. I didn't really think he would get much, to be honest with you. Great ball round the corner looking for Kelman. That one is cut out. Folds finds Jamie Walker once more. Heavy tackle on him. It comes to Patterson. He's not scared to shoot from distance. Just over the bar this time. 7 minutes left on the clock. Still 3-0 to the Bantams. Plant on the ball here into our penalty area. Matty Platt does very well to dispossess him. He might be leaving the football club in January, but he's still giving his 100% in today's match. It's with Ben Garrity once more. He goes into Massey. Back down the line looking for Garrity. Ball across. They've hit it off the crossbar. It's Plant with the strike. And thankfully for our occasion, it has rattled the woodwork. About 2.5 minutes left on the clock in today's game. If results stay as they are, we will be moving up into the playoff positions, which is brilliant to see. 4 minutes added on at the end of today's game. There is the full-time whistle. Bradford City 3, Port Vale 0. Brilliant episode, beating top of the league away from home, and then finally following it up with back-to-back wins at home to Port Vale. 3-0 win. Yes, some teams have a game in hand on us at this moment in time. If Wigan win their game in hand, they will go back above us, but as of right now, we are in the playoffs in League One. We're building something very nice here. Teddy Jenks is going to be out for a couple of days with injury. Vincent Young was absolutely unbelievable in the last match. What a brilliant signing he has been. Jenks is also going to be banned for the next League One match, which is against Sheffield Wednesday. That's really disappointing and quite frustrating. The next match then that you will see on camera, we did mention something around Bristol City Town. We are going to get through a number of games now because this December period is absolutely rammed. How many is that? 2, 4, 6, 8 games in the space of 4 weeks. That's pretty much Saturday, Tuesday, isn't it? Yeah, it's Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday, Tuesday, Saturday. That is absolutely ludicrous. It's a good job we've got a decent squad. That is where I'm going to leave it though for today's video. If you have enjoyed it, please make sure to drop a like on there for me. If you could try and hit 20 likes on today's episode, that would be massively appreciated. Subscribe if you are new as well. We are now on the road to 600 subscribers, so please make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already with that post notification bell, and it's free to do so and it does massively help out. Don't forget as well to drop a comment down in the comment section down below to help boost the video in the YouTube algorithm. Caleb Watts and Naki Wells are both going to be away from the football club for 3 days. That's not ideal. Thank you for watching though. Have a great rest of your day, and I shall see you all very soon for another episode. Peace.